Hi, everyone. I hope you
Hi.
can hear me.
Yes, we can hear
Hi,
you.
Amma.
That's great. Good afternoon from my end. I don't know what time is it in Nigeria or in Sierra Leone, but then greetings from Ghana. And lovely. I'm very happy to also meet you all. Please, for the purpose of the program, I would like all of us here to rename ourselves, like the names we are using to log in. At least you could add your LC or you could add your country or something so that we can take records. We can have paper records of all of us here. So can we do that as the meeting goes on? You can also type your information in the chat so we can know who you are. Please, did we all get it? Great. So we move on because time is fast spent. So let's go on. Unfortunately, I wanted to show my face, but then my internet keeps messing up and I don't want to go off. So then as time goes on, I'll show my face so we all see our faces before we close from here. I am Amaya Champoma from Ghana, and I'll be your moderator for the next 3 days, 3 awesome days of the International Forestry Students Association Northern Africa Regional Meeting. And you're all welcome. I don't know how many of us have been to this meeting. I don't know how many of us has been here. And it's not our first time. I think I've been involved since 2016, which was held in Nigeria. And in 2017, it was held in Ghana, University of Energy and Natural Resources. In 2018, it was held in Nigeria, Uniloren. I don't know if I'm right. I think I am. In, I don't know if it's Kwara State. Hey, this girl. Yes, in Nigeria. And it was also amazing. I had awesome fun in Nigeria. And in 2019, it was held in Sierra Leone. Shout out to all my Sierra Leoneans here. It was amazing. Their reception was very good. In 2020, because of COVID, it was held online, but then we had an amazing time. And we are back here, virtual once again because of COVID. But I know that whatever impact you're supposed to have on a physical meeting, we are going to have it here as well. So we'll be here for the next 3 days. Have fun, make friends, see people, talk to people, and then I think we can all move on as a great team. So from the chats, I see people already introducing themselves. Oh, that's great. So when you see, I think we should follow this format. Let's introduce ourselves there. So when you see somebody you are interested in having a convo with, you see somebody you are interested in having a collaboration with in another country, you can then link up and then you take it from there. Thank you very much. So our hours here. So they give us a small address, a very short one, before we move to our next awesome event or our next awesome program. So please, ours. I don't know if it's Francis or it's Emmanuel talking now. One of you should give us a very brief, a very short intro.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon from Ghana. And I'm very excited to actually be here with everyone. My name is Francis Boafo Asamoah. I am the RR with my colleague Emmanuel from Nigeria. And from the IFSA board and everybody at council, we welcome everybody to the Northern Africa Regional Meeting 2021 virtual edition. We are very much excited that even in your busy schedules, you guys have still made time to join us to discuss and have a fruitful event. We are hopeful that the event is going to be exciting, and we promise it's going to be fun-filled. It's going to be an educative one so that at the end we can all be able to achieve our aims. And for the next 3 days, we are going to be here every day between 3:30 p.m. UTC Ghana time. I think that will be 4 p.m. Nigerian time, 4:30 Nigerian time every day to continue the event until Sunday. So we are hopeful that you stay with us through the 3-day period, and we continue to share, we continue to discuss, we continue to have awesome conversations around the theme, restoration and the role of African youth. Thank you very much once again for coming, and let's have an awesome time.
All right, thank you, Francis. My name is Emmanuel Ebolua, a colleague to Francis. I'm also the Northern African Regional Representative. So I would just want to tell everybody and appreciate everybody for coming online for this event, NARM 21. I don't have much to say. Francis has said it all. So I welcome you home, and I want to wish everybody a wonderful moment in this NARM 21. Thank you very much once again.
Great. I think we should be given a hand for our RRs. Thank you very much for giving us this platform. And I think you've done a very good job by bringing this program together. It's not easy to be doing something and you can't see the people and you can't actually have physical contact with the people. But now that's the new normal. And thank you once again for giving us this opportunity as a group. So I guess we all know why we are here. I don't know if someone can give me the theme for our meeting. Anybody? If you want to talk, you can actually raise your hand using some of the emojis down there. So when I see your hand, I call you so that you can actually tell us the theme for this meeting. Anybody? I'm not seeing a hand though. Or should I mention names? Anybody to answer for us? Oh, I thought we saw the flyer around, so we knew the theme for this session. Oh, we didn't. I'm still waiting. No. Anybody to give us the theme for this program? Okay, I see a hand from Oladayo Toby. I hope I'm right.
Oladayo, actually.
Okay, so Oladayo. Okay, so please, you can go ahead. What's the theme for this session, for this regional meeting?
Okay, the theme is the role of the African youth in ecosystem restoration.
Okay, that's great. I hope we all heard him. Generation restoration, role of the African youth in ecosystem restoration. And I think it is a theme that was selected to fit into what's going on in our present age. A lot is going on now, with our environment, with our natural resources, with our things, everything around us. So I think it's a very good time to discuss something as the African youth coming together and also deliberate on issues that are going on around us. So without wasting much time, I'd like us to have our keynote address from Professor Simon Abugui. So Professor Simon Abugui is the head of department of the Forest Science Department in the University of Energy and Natural Resources in Sunyani, Ghana. He is an agroforestry expert, issues as well. He's a very good man. I wish he could. That was recorded because he couldn't join us in this session. So his address will be
Hello, Amma. We can't hear you.
I think Amma left. Maybe her line went off. So the keynote address is going to be given by Professor Simon Abugui. And because he was not going to be available, it's pre-recorded and it's going to be played for all of us. So Jonas, if you are here, you can play the keynote address for us. You can share with us.
Okay, I will. Just give me a minute. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope that also the sound works as well.
hello.
Can you hear
me
the
now?
sound?
We can hear the sounds. Oh,
Can you hear me
Jonas,
now?
Amma, we
Okay,
can hear you.
you
Great.
can hear me. Okay, I'll try to fix that. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Amma, you are here.
Great. So we'll be taking the keynote address from Professor Simon Abugui from our technicians. I don't know if it's ready for us
Students
to watch it
Association.
live.
I'm very glad to be part of this meeting. Your team is also appropriate. Generation restoration, the role of the African youth in ecosystem restoration. I am Professor Simon Abugui. I have been in the academia for the past 16 years, and my area of specialization is agroforestry. And I see this topic as very important. Important because this is the decade that the UN has declared a decade of restoration and has come out with strategies that we can use to be able to restore our ecosystem. And Africa is also especially dicey for African countries because our rate of deforestation is quite alarming. Between 2010 to 2020, the continent of Africa lost about 3.9 million hectares of forest per year, compared to 3.4 million hectares the previous 2000 to 2010. It means that this gives us the justification that as African youth, we still have a lot to do in terms of restoring our ecosystem. And in terms of the ecosystem, we are looking at different and diverse ecosystems. We have the forest ecosystem, we have the oceans, we have the fresh water, we have the agricultural or savanna lands, etc. So depending on where you are coming from and your area, the ecosystem restoration may differ from your location to a different location. And when we are talking of ecosystem restoration, what are we talking about? It means assisting in the recovery of ecosystems that have been degraded or destroyed, as well as conserving the ecosystem that are still intact. It means that we must adopt strategies that can conserve the intact ecosystem, which is also part of restoration, that is reducing the pressure on the existing system. In most cases, we want to restore without reducing the pressure. Once you restore and you don't reduce the pressure, you are back to where you are. So one of the strategies African youth can do is to reduce the pressure on the existing on the existing ecosystem, whilst we restore or speed up the restoration of the. So we are saying that those systems that have been degraded and have been destroyed, it is our mandate as youth of Africa to be able to restore these ecosystem services. And as I said earlier on, the UN has come out with 10 strategies for the decade, and the aim is to restore our ecosystem service. One of the strategies that the UN has, for the decade of restoration, has outlined is that you must build capacity. And I think it's very important to build capacity of the African student in natural resources. Building capacity is key because you need knowledge to be able to restore the ecosystem. You need that technical skill to be able to restore. So I think training is key in this area so that you have the requisite skills to do the things that you want to do. Energetic as you are, youth of Africa, you'll be able to use your energies and drive it or channel it towards the restoring our ecosystem services. And I think we should provide the needed training in this. We also think that restoration cannot take place without government support. As Africans, we need the government support. So in Ghana, there's semblance of government support because Ghana decided to plant 5 million trees a day, and this is very commendable. The 5 million trees that we decided that we were going to plant was an initiative by the central government, which means that the central government agree with the resource. This is an opportunity for us to be able to leverage upon this and know that this tree planting 5 million a day is not an event, but it's a process. And through this process, the youth of Africa, you can channel projects and deliver it through government because they have initiated a process. And I know the government can take, the government will take you serious and will be able to help you restore all the degraded ecosystem. Also, it is important to also build a movement that requires, has the energies to be able to restore ecosystem services. Youth as they are, the movement can channel their resources through role modeling. We can have role models that people can look up to that can restore our ecosystem. People will look up to them. People who have exemplary shown that they are. We can also look at examples from other continents that you have taken up the mantle to be able to restore the existing ecosystem. So there are examples out there, there are leaders out there which we can always look up to. I also think that as youth of Africa, we can also take advantage with the existing IT systems to be able to confront the media and be able to sell out our idea of restoring ecosystem services. We must use the media, we must use the public space, we must use whatever opportunity we have to drive home the need to restore our ecosystem services. And I know the youth, with the energies and drive that they have, they will be able to channel their energies towards championing the cause and the delivery of this call for us, because this decade, as the UN call is the last opportunity that we have to be able to restore our ecosystem. And I earlier on mentioned the ecosystem that we can take advantage of. Also, we are looking at reverse the trend in climate change and global warming. We're also looking at making sure that we restore ecosystem that will benefit society. In fact, there's no reason to restore ecosystem if it does not benefit a society. It's the society who are the ultimate users of our services. So we are looking at restoration that would build that would support our communities and make sure that they come out of poverty. We are also looking at restoring our degraded soils. This we can do through the process of agroforestry. So youth of Africa can champion agroforestry as a tool for the degraded soils. By improvement in our soils, we can help improve the livelihood of our farmers, because this can significantly increase yield and help farmers derive the needed benefits from their soils. So as youth, I challenge you to take this opportunity, and as you deliberate on issues of restoring ecosystem services and also restoring our ecosystem, that you channel your efforts at forming a movement that will drive the call for the restoration of our ecosystem. I also challenge you to also make sure that you use the media space to be able to champion the cause of ecosystem service. And I want to assure you that with the UN declaring this decade of restoration, all the governments of your country will be prepared to assist you to be able to champion this cause. Thank you for the opportunity to be part, and I hope that at the end we will all join hands and make sure that we restore our ecosystem. Thank you. God bless you all.
Wow. God bless you too, Prof. I hope we enjoyed his address. And Prof is throwing a challenge to us. He says that the youth of Africa should champion the cause of restoring our ecosystem. And I hope we all got that. So even at the end of this meeting, if you didn't get anything at all, if you're not going home with anything at all, you're going home with a challenge from Professor Simon Abugri, that the youth of Africa should champion the cause of restoring our ecosystem. And I know that by the time we finish here, if you don't know what we are going to do, if you don't have any plan of restoring the environment, if we have no idea, if we are not trained enough, by the time we are leaving this meeting, we will be more equipped, we will be knowledgeable in how or the processes of restoring the ecosystem. Did anybody get anything that they want to share from Prof's address, from his address? If you have that about or then take homes. I think he said a lot. He spoke about us reducing, trying to write into our session. I know that most of us are confused. Most of us are trying to come together, trying to sum things up together. But then our next session of having a discussion, a panel discussion with our senior men and women, we are going to be more equipped and more enlightened about how the youth will their portion or will play their part about the ecosystem of. That is our topic for this panel discussion. And for the panel discussion, we have our panel ready. And we have Mr. David Amenin Kwatin, who is the founder, Institute for Nature and Environment Conservation. Mr. David, if you are here, you give us a hi. Mr. David Kwatin.
Hi, I'm here.
Great. Welcome, Mr. David Kwatin.
Thank you.
And our second lady is Madam Betty Osei Bonsu, who is the project manager for Green African Youth Organization. Madam Betty, if you are here, give us a hi. Hello, Mr. Kwatin. Please, can you give us a short intro about yourself and what you do and where you're from?
All right, thank you very much. My name is David
Which group
Kwatin.
you are in, also get to know you as
Your sound has been breaking, so I didn't really get all the questions that you threw at me. But briefly, my name is David Kwatin. I'm the director of Institute of Nature and Environmental Conservation, and what we do is basically nature conservation in all respects, from terrestrial to aquatic. We do everything. I schooled both in Ghana and in the UK. I did my bachelor's at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and then went ahead to the University of Greenwich in the UK, and then completed at the University of Cambridge, also in the UK. Thank you.
we will continue discussion together. So, Mr. David, what can you say about the African youth involvement in restoration? The African youth involvement in restoration so far. What can you say about that?
Well, I believe that the African youth has a central role to play in ecosystem restoration. Just one by the mere fact that the youth are more energetic, and so biodiversity conservation, ecosystem restoration, ecosystem services, anything that has to do with the environment, nature, yes, involves some level of energy, and the youth has that energy. the energy to study and to do research about nature and ecosystem services, the energy to undertake patrols. Prof made some examples of protecting our existing resources from further degradation. And one key thing is to undertake a lot of patrols to stop people who are causing harm and damage to the environment. And you need energetic youth to be able to do that. The agenda to plant trees, you need more energetic youth to be able to, because if you take, let's say, a 20-year-old person to say the forest or degraded area to plant trees, and you take a 60-year-old, who will be able to plant more trees at the end of the day is the young person. So just by the sheer fact that the youth are more energetic, there's more that the youth of today can do in ecosystem restoration. And I've already mentioned the fact that there's a lot of opportunity to do research and advocacy, to put pressure on governments, and to get involved in productive ventures that bring the ultimate benefit of protecting nature and biodiversity.
Okay. So in your speech, you're saying that the youth are more energetic and the youth have the opportunity now to actually contribute their quota in. But then, are the youth really involved, or is it that it's not so much, so we have to do more? From your perspective, what do you think?
Bari aljen yukin da nan yi wa da wuzoriya. Data nera tupalla ma yuki aura ya masu yin bada. MTN. Gulo da ma application na free a iso sirin miro gulma ba ni mai. Gulo ma all limited be.
Mr. David.
Yes, Ama. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the question was directed to somebody else because I heard a response from somewhere. So yeah, I think that
it was to you.
All right. Yeah. In my perspective, I would say that there are two sides to the whole thing. On one breath, yes, the youth are contributing their quota, giving the existing opportunities that is available to them. And I believe that there are quite a number of advocacies that are youth-led. In Ghana, I can count a whole number of CSOs and that are youth-led who are pushing the agenda for Green Ghana. So yes, on that breath, the youth are trying to push the boundaries and to ensure that there's ecosystem restoration. On the other breath, the youth are just sitting at the sidelines and are not very interested in protecting nature and biodiversity. And I view it from the perspective that most young people are not knowledgeable about environment in general. And the need to get fed, the need to get jobs, they need to do other things that according to them are more profitable, preoccupy their mindsets. So they see nature protection, environmental conservation as a job that does not bring the necessary returns in terms of monetary returns. And so many young people, you ask them whether they will choose a job in environment, may say no, because they don't see it as a profitable venture. And so if you are able to, create awareness for people to know that our very livelihood and existence so much depends on nature, probably we could do more to protect nature than we are doing today.
Okay, so we at the latter part of your mission, they were trying to tell us that the youth might not be so knowledgeable. That is why most of them draw away from environmental related jobs. And I really agree, because you come here in Ghana and you realize that most people don't really like environmental jobs, because it feels like slow, doesn't pay fast. It doesn't look so attractive to people. Even in schools, when we are told to choose our courses, it's quite difficult for people to choose environmental related courses. We try to join in with those who are doing the big things so that we can be seen. But it's high time we all come together, because in the deplorable states over there are really occurring. But then doesn't mean that our elders, those who are those who are actually leading us, are not doing their best. Are they not training us enough? Are they not giving us enough knowledge? What do you think about that?
Well, I don't think it would be fair to say that they're not doing enough, or they're not training us enough. But again, in Africa, the issue of survival is always the topmost priority of many people, So if you're a student right now studying anything in environment, you are looking at, what will I do with my certificate once I'm completed with school? How will I get jobs and get paid? I need to take care of myself. I need to be able to take care of my siblings. I need to be able to take care of my parents, or contribute to the household livelihood. So that need for survival, that need to be able to cater for, preoccupies our mindset such a way that we do not look beyond ourselves to the greater good of society. And so their interest, first of all, is very low. Back in the days when I was in school, the people who were studying in the environment were they were looked down upon, basically, because, like, man, what you are studying, at the end of the day, you cannot find the appropriate job to do. So many people are not enthused to study anything environment, and if people are not studying it, then obviously we are going to lack capacity to undertake very important programs on environment. So I would say the first thing has to do with interest of the youth, which was not there in the past. I also want to talk about the fact that, well, perhaps there was a certain picture that was painted to the youth about environmental related jobs. The fact that we are mostly in the hinterlands, where access to basic necessities like social amenities like electricity, water, and good schools were non-existent. So yes, you are. Let me just use Ghana for example. If you are a Ghanaian and studying in an environment in school, and then you are thinking about going to work with, say, the Forest Services Division, and then you're thinking about what about if I'm posted to a place where there's no electricity, to go and be a forest manager, or to go and be a wildlife, maybe law enforcement officer. Am I going to live the rest of my life in a place where I cannot have electricity, I cannot have water, I cannot have good opportunity to have school for my kids, And so that sort of mindset has also fed into the whole idea that having anything in the environment, is going back to deprivation, depriving yourself some good, and that is also something that has taken a lot of interest from people. But I think that overall, our leaders, they have done our part. We are trained by people who had already studied environment, and I think that they gave us good training. And those of us who were interested to remain in environment, remained. But if I even take my class, for instance, just about 10% of us still are doing something environmental related. Most of the other students who even studied environment at the first degree level are now into banking, they are now into law, they are now into different things that are not even related to the environment. So you cannot blame the leader for not giving the training, but then the youth who receive the training, what to do with the training is a matter of choice. And unfortunately, many people did not choose environment.
Okay, so I see that we can't solely blame our leaders for not giving us knowledge then. But then Madam Betty Osei-Bonsu has joined us. She's the project manager for Green African Youth Organization. Madam Betty, you are welcome. Give us a hi.
Thank you very much. I'm here. Hi. I had to on the road. I'm privileged to be here to join you people.
Thank you very much for joining us. So we just started with a discussion, and Mr. David Quatin has already given us his perspective of the African actually, and we are now on the fact that are the African youth equipped enough to restore the environment? Are they doing their best enough? So what do you think? Is our best enough? Are we doing our best? Are we actually knowledgeable in it? Or we are just wandering around doing nothing?
Okay, thank you very much. Pardon me, I'm going to switch off my video. So as already introduced, I work as a project coordinator for Green Africa Youth Organization. And for us, an organization as ourselves, we are a youth-led, gender-balanced advocacy group that is on environmental sustainability and community development. Now, to your question, are the youth well equipped with the necessary resources? Resources can include skills, funds, other opportunities. And I would say no, they are not. Yesterday, I joined the Global Climate Adaptation Group to celebrate the World Skills Day, Youth Skills Day. And that particular question was raised. And the question that was raised was, is skills enough for youth to survive in this world? And I would say that no, skills is not enough. Not only is it not available, but it is not enough. Apart from the skills that youth should be able to gain or they should be given, they should be also given the funds. Not only the funds, the available opportunities for them to practicalize their skills that has been gained, for them to be able to use it to make an impact to the environment. So on that question, I would say that the skills needed for youth to actually make impact in society, it's not enough, and it is not even there in the first place. So this is something the government should work on. They should try and make available opportunities for the youth to gain practical experiences. And this is campus clubs where we have over 300 youth within 4 established eco clubs in the universities. We have KNUST, we have UDS, we have Legon, and even currently I'm moving all the way from Accra to UDS just to do capacity and build their skills on digital storytelling.
Okay.
It's something with youth and this one with students. And apart from equipping them, we are providing them the forums to be able to explore their skills. After teaching them, we give them challenges to compete in, to win awards. And these are some of the things our government should be putting in. And organizations like ourselves, Green Africa Youth Organization, this is what we are doing to equip youth within our society. So thank you. I'm sure I'm not taking so much of your time. Thank you.
No, you haven't. Thank you very much. So you are trying to say that the skills are not enough. We actually have to create the forum or the opportunities for the youth to actually grab on by the government. So then I'll ask both of you this question, Mr. David and Madam Betsy. So is it that we are actually okay, the youth, we are doing our masters? Is it that we now have to create something on our own to get involved in the restoration process, or we have to jump on existing the existing CSOs to actually contribute our quota? Can we actually have a form where we have to create our own, or we should jump on existing the government? With that, are we supposed to wait for the government to bring jobs or to bring opportunities that are environmental related so we apply? What's our take on that?
Okay,
So
okay.
So any of you can actually answer, Mr. David or...
Okay, then let me go then. Well, on your question, I think that the youth should not sit down idle and wait for opportunity to come to themselves. They should start somewhere, and that's where I am now referring to is to volunteer. Start by volunteering. It's not everything you get, it's not every opportunity you get that you just want to benefit from, you want to get some funds from. As youth of this particular age, start on volunteering. And when you start volunteering, you don't even know where the opportunities come from. They will just come your way and you'll be able to benefit from them. I recall I founded the University Campus Club myself. And with those clubs, I started with one individuals from one universities. I just got some contacts. And currently, those individual persons, they volunteered. They are serving presidents now in the various campus club. And with that, they're able to get resources to implement projects on their own. They are not only getting those resources, they are also getting practical experiences that when they go into the job field, they can stand and say, I have this experience, I have that experience. Therefore, take me. And it's experiences nowadays, people employ people on board. So youth should focus on volunteering and leveraging on existing opportunities and not actually skewing their mind to what do I stand to gain? What money am I going to get from this? I recall before I got employed or I am currently working, it was a volunteering job I did, and I was able to be remembered for that. An opportunity to do a presentation. And they were looking for someone who can do presentation very well. She was Itakwa, where I was doing my national service, to FAO in Accra. I came there, I delivered a speech. I went 1 year later when I had completed my service, it's like I was timed. Immediately I completed my service, they called me and said, I recall you. Please, there's an existing opportunity. Would you like to join us? And I was like, why not? Just imagine. And I asked the person, so why did you actually reach out to me? He said, the time I called you that day to do a presentation, you never asked me how much you were going to give to me. Neither after the presentation did you wait for me to stretch my hand to give you money. You went home and said, thank you for the opportunity. It is the heart of a volunteer. They always say the heart of a volunteer is worth $1 million. So I think youth should incorporate this. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That's a very great submission. Mr. David, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that Betty has just nailed it. The truth is that you cannot stay home and wait for government to employ you before you start doing anything environmental. There's something that I always say that anywhere that you are planted, you can grow. So you can start doing environmental conservation right from your backyard, from the society where we live, from the area where you are living, in your school. Just telling people not to put plastic bags and other things on the ground, but put them on the dustbin. Is you being an environmental advocate, telling your parents, your siblings, not to waste water, in the shower, is being an environmental advocate. So these are the little things making sure that you switch off the light when you are leaving the room. And these are the small ways that you can start contributing. But on the bigger arena of probably getting a job or something like that, I think that, yes, I agree with Betty 100% that it always has to start from somewhere. You can't, normally by the time you are done with school, yes, you have knowledge, but then you don't have all the skill sets that you need on the job market. When I completed K University, I volunteered for God knows how long. I've even forgotten the number of days that I worked that without any salaries,
Wow.
But that was, yes, I worked for years, and I was never paid. I never complained. I was going back and forth with my own the little my parents were giving me, But that was the time that I learned the skill of fundraising, because nobody taught us in KNUST how to raise funds, how to write proposals. These were things, how to prepare even a CV. These were things that were never taught in class. I had to learn by doing them. I had to follow PhD students, to do data collection, for free. Like, I was just happy being in the field and following them. But I learned a lot, and now I'm benefiting a lot from the skills that I learned many, many years ago when I was just doing these things for free. So yes, whilst you wait for opportunities, you can create opportunities by joining, being a volunteer. If you walk to any CSO that, well, I want to volunteer, I'm not going to take any salary. Nobody is going to send you away, But then whilst you are there, the opportunity comes, and that is when you'll be recruited. So yes, take the small opportunities that come your way, but then don't wait that once I'm done with school, I'm waiting on government to get jobs, because the jobs are not coming, and that's the truth. And so you need to be strategic in positioning yourself in places where you can learn and add on to your skills, build your CVs, so that when the opportunity comes, you are ready, for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. David Kwati. I think they've nailed it for us with the fact that we can't wait. We don't have to wait for the government. So if you want to contribute to quota in restoring the environment, you start in your own small way, being an ambassador for the environment. If anybody have any questions, if you have any question, you can ask our two panelists, and I'm sure they will nail it up. They've been nailing it as I ask the questions. So please, if you have any question, you can bring it on, or you can raise up your hand so I call you. Any question? Any questions, please? So Daniel, are you asking a question, or your microphone is muted?
I think his microphone is on by mistake.
Oh, okay. So I think we should mute it. Please, any questions? You can raise up your hand so I call you. Any questions for our panelists? Okay, so if there's none, then please, from our panelists. Okay, I see a hand from Mr. Fajana Ayomikun. Wow, I'm not...
All right, good evening, everyone.
Hello,
can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, my name is Fajana Ayomikun. I'm from FUTA, Federal University of Technology, Akure. So my question for the panel is, how best can you maximize volunteering opportunities, and how well do organizations recognize all the volunteering experience? How well do they recognize them? That's just my question.
Okay, so to any of our panelists, Madam David, Mr. David, and Madam Betty. Any of you can answer.
Well, if I understood the question right, I think the line was not too clear, but he was asking how well you can maximize volunteering opportunities, and then how do organizations recognize the volunteering opportunities? Was that the question? Well, if that was the case,
the other question
I think that
I think it was a 2-in-1 question.
Yes. The other question is, how well do they recognize the experience
Hello,
of
can you?
volunteering?
Oh. How
well do
you
they
recognize the
recognize the
experiences
experience?
from volunteering opportunities?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what I would say is that if you have the opportunity to get a volunteering position, give yourself out, learn every skill that there is to learn, without looking back. So because it's mostly it's one-time opportunity. I'm an employer, and if somebody comes here to volunteer, I want to see what the person is bringing on board. I want to see the new skills the person is bringing on board, and what is also taken from the chance that has been given to the person. And whether I'll be impressed by the person's actions or inaction depends on how much the person is willing to put in. How much is the person willing to go the extra mile to make sure that maybe you go to the field, for instance. How well are you willing to get yourself involved with whatever work that is on board? So these are the things I will look out for as an employer to see that, well, whether I need to maintain this person or not, and for the skills that are, gotten on volunteering opportunities, I think that it's recognized everywhere, because this is an opportunity to put them on your CV. If you were, for instance, involved on a project, you can put on your CV that you were a field assistant on A and B and C projects, and there's always a reference point. So if you bring your CV to my organization and I'm looking at the CV and I think that I'm not sure about whether you have these skills or not, I can just ask the referee on your CV to see that this person said he did this volunteering work at your organization. Is that true or not? So, and I think that if indeed you did it, it will be confirmed. So I think that experiences from volunteering opportunities are recognized everywhere. They are acceptable. And so we need, and is of course, the most opportune way to get to fill your CV, because employers will always look at how many years of experience do you have? How do you gather the experience? You just finished school. You've never had a full-time employment. How do you get experiences? These are the best ways to get experiences, internships, and then volunteering. So yes, please take advantage of them.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. David. Does Madam Betty have anything to add?
Okay, well, what I have to add is in a form of a question, and that is, as a participant and you're here on this webinar today, what skills do you have? It is a very important question. Okay. Skills are not generated in a day, but they are generated when you move out of your comfort zone. You are in your university currently. After first semester, what do? You go home and have fun, go to all the parties you can and say, oh, I'm relaxing, I'm tired from all the stress of learning. No, this is where you should actually go to the field to practice what you have learned. Therefore, you go for internship. Some students think going for internship is actually disturbing themselves. They're like, hey, internship without paying me. What am I using it for? Sorry for the language. What am I using it for? No, that is where you actually acquire the skills, as Mr. David has said. So now the only advice I'm giving to young people within this call today is that if you're in the university, do internship when you have completed maybe level 100, go for internship, level 200, go for internship. My junior sister just completed, she just vacated level 200. She came home and I said, please, you're not coming to lie on the bed. Pick your bag and go and look for work. And she is. And then this was the first time actually when she came, I was like, hey, this month I've gotten some 500 cedis. And I was like, yes, it's not even about the money, but it's the skills you've been able to acquire. What skills do you have? Go out. Don't sit within your comfort zone. Thank you.
Okay, so I see Mr. Isaac Asufi's hand on. Mr. Isaac, the floor is yours. You can
All right. Thank you, Amma, for the opportunity. Good evening to all participants. I'm Isaac from Ghana, Sunyane, precisely. I'm very happy to hear from you all, especially the speakers on board. I enjoyed from Madame Betty. She made a point I was very interested, saying it's skills enough for one to be in the working industry, or I think something she made. And then the answer she gave was right. You know, nowadays, most people are having the skills, but the platform or the opportunity for them to explore is also one thing that challenges us more. Thank you all for the insight understanding on the topic given. My simple question I would like to ask both speakers is, most students are willing to volunteer after completion or during school hours. One thing I have observed is most institutions or conservation or environmental related institutions are not willing to accept students in doing internship. Otherwise, there are no opportunities for them to get those experiences from those institutions. With regards, how are student bodies like IFSA or NARM helping students to acquire or get those experience on board? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Asufi. Please, our speakers, anyone can take up the question.
Well, I just want to, I like the question very well, but I just wanted to make some highlights. He mentioned how is EPSA, the organizers for the student body, able to give opportunities to students. So I think this question should be answered by the organizers. However, I just want to bring in a medium where students or individuals can able to get opportunities, existing opportunities. Leverage on the existing networks, okay? As a student body, as a young personnel, try and get linkages, try and get connections. I know people would ask me, how do I get connections? You don't sit at home and get connections. Go to social engaging activities. Go to community, maybe forums, go to church, go to all those kind of avenues to make contact with people. Virtual conferences, attend webinars, to surprise you that you are going to see some opportunities that if you are sitting at home and watching one particular series that will take you a whole year to complete. When you are done completing that series, that's when you realize that you've wasted a whole maximum amount of your time. Go out, go LinkedIn, create a sub LinkedIn. I said organization. We seek for volunteers sometimes. We also look for volunteers. And sometimes we don't get, sometimes you also get. So those times that we don't get, what happens? Is it that all the youth are sleeping or they are watching their series as usual? I'm also a youth. I know how it is. So this is the time where you as a youth, you have to create your connections. You have to go out into the field. You have to use the necessary digital aid you have. Use it to get what you want. However, I would like to hear how EPSA is really assisting students. But even apart from that, I can give them one point, and that is reaching us to we young individuals that are actually generational stewards, that are actually doing something within their communities, to share our experiences with you. You learn from them and take them forward. I hope this helps. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Isaac, is there a follow-up on her question, on your own question? Is there a follow-up?
Thank you, Emma. Not really. I just want to applaud the remarks she gave. I think that's right. The reason why I asked this question, similar to me, my sister is at home, just finished school. He's just looking for, opportunities in doing maybe just volunteerism. But that has been a challenge. I don't know whether the sector he's wishing to explore or leverage on is not coming. That's in the fire and disaster management. So I think what you made the point of linking on now available social platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, and other stuff, may also maybe activate her readiness or her connections to such organizations or institutions. So thank you, Betty.
Well, if I may just
Mr. Daniel, I see your hand up. Is there a question?
A little bit to what Betty has already said. I think that on the front from
Mr. David, sorry.
AFSA, what basically you can do is to approach organizations collectively, and
you can.
Hello, can you hear me? What you can do is to collectively, so for instance, take a letter to an organization and then try to talk with them and negotiate that. We are a student body, and we want our students to get some level of experiences. And so maybe each year you want this number of students to come here and to intern or to volunteer, and how that sort of ongoing MOU with them, it helps. So for instance, my organization, yes, we were approached by so KNUST have Mastercard Scholars Program. So the Mastercard leadership came to my office and said that you want our scholars to come here every year to do internships. So please give us the opportunity and then let us sign an MOU. So for the next 10 years, every vacation, we will send students here for them to do their internship. I said, well, I cannot just accept just Mastercard students. So probably I'll just give you 2 slots so that every time only 2 people can come. And they said, okay, that's still fine with us. So because they came as a unit, it's easier to deal with them because then they are together collectively. So every year, that you're expecting 2 people from this organization, this group to intern or to have volunteer with the organization. And so this is just a fair advice that you can adopt this a strategy where collectively you approach organization with a nice letterhead, write letters, and then sign MOUs, and then you can easily push your students to the various institutions and organizations for internships. I think that's one way to go.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. David. Mr. Daniel, can you ask your question? Can it be brief as possible because time is fast spent? Mr. Daniel, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening. I want to ask precisely, I'm from the Modibo Adama University, Yola, a Nigerian, a student, and we're looking for a close-by organization, like any organization that I can be of volunteer to, because if it does not take whatsoever it will take, at least I have passion for that. So I want to work with any close by organization, even before graduation or after graduation. So that is my question precisely for now. Thank you.
Okay, so our panelists, we have.
Well, this is a difficult one because it's a very country specific kind of question. But yes, this is also a good opportunity to ask this because people on this platform may know people in other countries and other organizations. So maybe I don't know where you are, but I know Save Sahara Network is an organization also in Nigeria led by Dr. Fala. So yeah, maybe I can drop a mail to him on your behalf but I don't know. I know Nigeria is so big, so I don't know whether that will do any kind of help for you. But yes, that's how I can support you to get an opportunity if there is.
Wow, that's great. Daniel is getting an opportunity. Daniel, please, you link up with Mr. David Quatson, so he helps you with that. Okay, so I think we have to.
Okay, and apart from that too, sorry, I think he can just go online.
Wrap up. There's another event on Daniel's
NGO. Hello, can you hear me? Oh wow, I think I can be here.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Please.
I was giving a submission to what Mr. said, and that was he can just go online and type for nearby non-governmental organizations. Apart from that, go on Twitter because that's the hub for NGOs. They use that platform to create awareness on themselves. So just go on those platforms, search for them, and just reach out to them. Hi, I want to volunteer. How can I do that? They will reach out to you, and then you'll be able to work with them. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I still see a hand up, and the time is fast spent. Mr. Steven, your question is it? Please let it be brief. We have to round up before 5 p.m. Ghana time and 6 p.m. Nigerian time.
Actually, I don't have anything to say. Just want to add to the Safe Sahara Network what you said.
Okay.
I'm a student of University of Ilorin Forestry Resources Management, which you just said concerning the Safe Sahara. The person in charge is my lecturer, actually. So I don't know. Just want to.
That means you can help Daniel.
Yes, sure. So that's why
that means you can help Daniel out.
Yes, I can.
I think you guys should exchange contacts, maybe the chat or something. So you help him out. Thank you very much.
Let me help for that. I'll send him the membership link so that he can register.
That's great. So other Nigerians can also jump on the opportunity, and sure. Daniel is grabbing. Okay, so I would like to thank our panelists, Mr. David Quatson and Madam Betty Osei-Bonsu, going on, and I'm very happy that we had the discussion today. So we are trying to say that we have the skills now, but then the platforms, we are not searching it very well. The environmental space, when we complete, we stay home and we just wait till government does something. But today we've had the opportunity to know that there are actually other places that we can volunteer. We can go here, an environmental organization, you start going to the field with them, you start educating people on being environmental conscious. You can start posting on your statuses. We all have yourself as an environmentalist, an ambassador for the environment. And I think we all work things out and contribute our quota as African youth in restoring our ecosystem. Thank you very much for joining today. I've really had an exciting session. I see a lot of people online. We are all welcome. Once again, it's the Northern African Regional Meeting, and I'm happy same time. And the links will be sent in the group. Please let's join early. let's also tell our friends of this meeting. I know it's going online, and we all contribute to making this program a success. So once again, see you tomorrow. I don't know how they say bye-bye in Nigerian language, but then in Ghana it's still bye-bye. So bye-bye. And in French is au revoir.
Yeah, you know, so you can see everybody very much for us, and it's the first part of the so we hope to see you guys tomorrow, same time. Thank you very much.
Everything on my phone.